22 years, dude. Like, when? When did you start when you're 20?
You look 22. How do I?
You look 22. Like, when did you do all these jokes in 22 years?
Man, I don't know, bro. Like, I started when I was like 19, man. And,
it's like most of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I've had shows that have been 7 people, man. Like, I've actually, my smallest show, I think there was 1 person that showed up.
What happened?
You beat me by
Yeah, so, I mean, I still got booed, but I mean, I performed.
You got booed by the only person.
Yeah, my girlfriend was a jerk.
Oh,
but, no. Bathroom break. Yeah. I don't want to pee on myself twice this week.
Do you know I've been wondering what that smell is. Do you know that we're recording?
Oh, yeah. Inside.
Yeah! Welcome to 2024. We got the craziest in the studio today. We got Tye Lamar all the way from the USA. Yeah!
You say that like you walked.
Yeah.
Bro, you never know, bro.
Like, I think this is the leg muscles. I see that, man. We're gonna guys got some nap in a globe or something. I don't know, man.
And we got Jonny Pula all the way from Botswana in Motswana.
Yeah!
Yeah! And we have our brother from Zimbabwe.
Yeah!
Let's feel sorry for him. Let's feel sorry for him.
Tag.
So give him $10 there quick, man.
All the way from food to tag. Okay, just,
From full foot to tag.
yeah, all the way. You traveled the journey.
Yeah. What's up, gents?
Yeah, man.
Welcome to 2024.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
It's been a year.
Bro.
Yeah, crazy one.
Bro.
It's been a year. But congratulations to Charles.
For what?
He's not yet married, but do you know what?
Terrible joke.
His government and the Botswana government, like they're in conversations that very soon, like people can cross from Zimbabwe to Botswana.
That's actually exciting.
Using their IDs.
Yeah, that's actually
Even
That's actually
Botswana
very
people can
exciting.
cross to.
Yeah. I heard your passport is like $2,000 to get one. How much is it?
No, it's not.
How much is it?
It's fucking $20.
20 US.
It's $20.
Oh,
Or $200.
Maybe, okay, 200 is a lot.
Yeah, $200.
No, $200 is 2,000 kula.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
he said $2,000, which is $20,000.
That's the difference. Okay, yeah.
Okay. And first of what do you mean, like, congratulations to Charles? Do you hear? You are hearing him asking these questions with the accent.
Yeah.
It's like Charles's government, as if you can't hear the sons spinning out from his voice.
So, but the funny thing about it is Charles is already here, and you're assuming that his government's going to let him come back. So
This is true.
After this interview, I don't think they will allow you.
But that's fun though. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a great move in terms of a lot of people are thinking about it like Zimbabweans coming into Botswana. Not a lot of people are thinking about Botswana going
Dude, I want to go there and buy stuff, sell it cheap.
Exactly. That's exactly how it
business.
works.
Like, I see the business opportunity.
Like there's a lot of business opportunities.
do this.
People going the other
Open
way.
it up.
But I mean, you see other countries in Africa are doing this though, right? Like, there's a lot of countries that are making it so like all you need is an ID card and you can transfer across the border.
I think it's a good thing.
You know, the same thing happened with Namibia, but what I'm hearing is Namibia has a special type of ID card you have to get first. But then from Namibia, you can transfer, come right over to Botswana also.
Yeah.
So it's easy for Namibians to come here, but for us, it's not that easy.
I'm not sure about the other way.
We always get the raw end of the deal.
Yeah.
I hear you say that in front of a Zimbabwean.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
And an American.
No, he's American. He gets the good side of the
He
deal.
gets the rawest of the raw.
Let's be real. Everywhere I go, I get blamed for everything. Like, where you from? America.
It's you
We
guys.
love you, but it's your fault. What happened? You know.
You voted for Trump.
The hamburgers.
But for you, Tye, like as someone who has traveled to 96 countries,
Mm-hmm.
You've been to 96 countries, right?
Yeah.
92, no, 96.
96.
96. And from the USA. What's your take with this development? Is it a good move?
You're giving me stress about moving to one.
You know, I come from a place where you can travel around almost anywhere. Like,
The passport is so cool, man. Like,
yeah, so like, you know, Canada, you can drive right into Canada from the United States. You can drive into Mexico.
it's so cool.
Central America, South America is right there. You do need a visa for some of the countries.
Yeah.
But I mean, imagine if Africa was a place where everybody that was African, you know, could go to any country in Africa without having to pay extra. You know, because some countries they pay less than others, right?
Yeah.
But imagine if they had a more of a unified front day. And I know some countries are a little more dangerous than others right now. There's some things going on in certain places.
But we can blend in because, like, you know,
Yeah.
I was in Zim, though, like, I blended in until I said I get it.
Whoa.
That one is. So what is that?
So I've known Johnny for a very long time. He's never blended in anyway. Let's get that straight.
You know how I blended? I just keep quiet. Just keep blending in right now.
Despite his last name being Pula.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm just here, just like
His last name
blending in Zimbabwe.
I did until I said I get it.
His last name is Pula, but every time I ask him for a Pula, he doesn't have it. So I don't even get it, man.
So, Jonny, but for you, like as a native, like, did you see this as a good move?
Yeah, man. I'm a super Pan-Africanist. That's why I do a lot of like traveling and networking with other African comedians.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be awesome, man. Let's open up the borders, man. Let's see what will happen.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Let's not say that.
But here's the thing, like, every good thing that comes with bad thing. You know, the internet, we do a lot of good things. People are watching us on the internet.
Yeah.
But there's also human trafficking happening on the internet. So, you know what I mean? But still, we cannot just get rid of the internet. You know what I mean? So, I think there'll be a lot more good than there is bad for the opening up the borders. I think there's a lot more pros than cons. So, I'm for it. As a Motswana, like, you know, I see Motswana, so at least if you open up, we get opportunity to Zim. Oh my, V made it in Zim, so I could maybe one day make it in Zim too, you know? So let's open up the borders, man.
Did you know why Charles is excited about
Why
it?
did he say
I'm like, Motswana is saying this. Okay.
No, I'm not like every other Motswana. I'm not speaking for every Motswana. Yeah. Some other Motswana might feel totally different about this thing. They might be concerned about the crime, you know, all that stuff. But I think that's what I'm saying. What's the worst that could happen? I think there'll be a lot more good economic goodness that will come from this thing. Nah, I like money, guys, so I'm just looking.
So what Charles is not telling you is that you should be a billionaire.
Actually, I was a thousandaire, then a millionaire, then a billionaire by the time I was by 12.
Good time.
And then
While you were still in Zimbabwe.
yeah, but then by 2 o'clock I was broke again.
Sounds like you have a
Dude, that's the crazy thing. I didn't see a single ATM. I didn't see a single bank open.
There are banks, there are ATM.
Where do we find them?
Along the first streets.
Oh, there's the main
streets are where you find
so like
all the
you can't,
major banks.
okay. You don't find them everywhere now.
No, not everywhere.
I think you're going to clear it up a little bit. I don't think people are going to understand exactly what you're talking about, how you went from a millionaire to being broke.
Explain that. You got to explain that.
Okay. So the thing is, Zim's economy got so bad that we were looking at up to 1,000 or 2,000% inflation rates.
Explain that to like someone who's never experienced inflation.
Look at it this way: I would
Things were bad.
things were bad that I would, let's say my school fees was 20,000 Pula for the term. What I would do is I would get the 20,000 Pula on the first of the month or at the beginning of the term, and then I wouldn't pay it to the school. I would go buy clothes, buy chains, buy whatever, and then this is the first of
Terrible financial decision.
no, it's the first.
Okay.
By the 6th of that same month, by the 6th, the amount I was going to pay for my school fees, that 20,000, is now the exact amount that I'm going to be paying for one combi trip. In days. In 6 days. So in those 6 days, I had what was essentially.
So if I had a 10 Pula pocket in my pocket right now,
if you had 10 grand,
the longer I waited, the less
money, the less it was worth.
Oh,
You would have to spend it immediately. And then in 6 days, the school would be like, where's those school fees? And you pay them an amount, which is just one combi trip. But you already bought a shit ton of stuff before, which is expensive.
That's weird.
That's how the economy worked. The inflation rate was so insane, we actually believed that the new notes, because almost every 2 weeks we were getting a new note, $100, and then in 2 weeks,
So you were there peak time, 2008, 2007, those times.
Dude, I have a $10 trillion note.
That's awesome.
I still have it.
Can I borrow that?
Yeah, you can. It's worth about 10 cents now, I think.
It's worth nothing.
It's worth absolutely
I'll hold on to it. It'll go back up.
Yeah, one day. But here's the thing. Now that note will probably get phased out because
No, it's not. It no longer exists. The thing was like the note right now cost more to make than what it was worth.
They're actually using bond paper, man.
Yeah, they ended up using bond paper, like actual
printing.
A4 paper.
You could actually print it at your own house.
It was that bad. There were no security features at the end. Well, there were, but
So you just come with a certificate and say, I have $1 trillion.
yes.
8 billion.
Oh man.
I used to be rich, bro. I used to be rich, bro.
We used to have money, and
That's
then
crazy how
money.
you never realize how the economy works till you see it break down like that.
There was a guy who made a billboard. You can actually look it up. There's a guy who made a billboard using Zimbabwean dollars.
That's the funny thing. Y'all know that happens other places in the world too. Like they did that in Venezuela.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, same
in
story.
Venezuela, they were making artwork and other things out of
The money,
Yeah, because it was that
You could
useless.
buy it with currency from like the U.S.
Yes.
So you could like hyperinflation. So I'm not an economist. I don't know how that stuff happens or anything.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know.
But it's crazy how that happens in different parts of the world.
Yeah, and it happened over a period of about I think it started in 2001. So over a period of about
10 years.
10, 11 years, yeah.
That's a short time.
That's where everything just went south. Because you have to remember that Zimbabwe at some point used to provide food for the entire SADC.
Yeah, dude. I had cousins who used to school university. That's it.
For the entire what?
For the entire SADC region, Southern African countries.
They were called the
Zambia.
bread
African breakfast.
Yeah, so it's the SADC is Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana,
Lesotho,
Malawi. Yeah,
Lesotho,
and
Swaziland.
It's those 9 countries. And Madagascar.
Yeah, Madagascar.
Is it? They also part of us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Madagascar is off the coast, so they're part of SADC.
Oh.
So it's a Southern African Development Community or Committee.
It's like BRICS.
Yes,
But the thing is,
But just
it's called SADC because it's in one.
it's just the southern part of the African continent.
And the headquarters, that actually was initiated by us. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, the headquarters in
The
Botswana.
headquarters in Botswana. It was one of the early presidents that said, hey guys, let's all get back together.
Yeah, and Zim would provide food for all those countries, but now it can barely provide food for itself because of sanctions and because of corruption and all that nonsense. But if it was to get itself in shape, the entire country could support.
And you know what I love about Zimbabwe is what I saw when I was out there? Other countries, you see people when they're struggling, they beg. Zimbabweans don't beg. They would rather work for, I'll do something. Like, you know what I mean? They don't just sit back. They don't just work for that shit.
Nobody has money. Who's gonna
give it to you? But I'm saying, other countries, everybody broke beg and they
give you nothing.
But I'm just saying, man, I think maybe because of your situation, that Zimbabweans don't beg, but I picked up that like us and South Africans, we have like a sense of laziness. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to talk down on my people, but we have this government help me, and but you see what the Zim government has failed a lot of the people, but the people are still out there doing their thing,
And the population is still rather large.
They're still doing their thing. That's what it really inspires me a lot.
A huge portion of their population, even with everything going on,
Yeah, I think what is Zimbabwe on now? 16, 17 million?
Yeah, 17 million, the population.
Apparently there's 4 or 5 million Zimbabweans in South Africa. So now people are like, so which foreigners are taking your jobs? Because there's only 4 million Zimbabweans in South Africa. Yeah. Wow, who's taking your jobs?
What job
You
is
should
that?
actually look at the statistics that go South Africa. It's crazy because it doesn't make sense. Who's taking these jobs then? If there's 4 million Zimbabweans in SA, who's taking
But you're
them?
saying there's no job.
And there's 60 million of you. So Zimbabweans are like less than 10%, less than 5% of the population. Who's taking these jobs? Huh? Who? That's very interesting conversations when you look at the statistics, but I'm not a politician. I tell jokes.
It's kind of hard to explain.
In good time.
We're all comedians.
We tell jokes.
True.
I know it got serious, but we just tell jokes. Yeah, let's make the conversation fun.
In good time.
I'm good.
Yeah. You look traumatized, but how has it been in Motswana since you came?
Yeah.
You came here for 3 days, but it's been more than 3 months now.
Yeah. I came here for 3 days.
You concerned you're stuck here.
Yeah, I was actually on
Are
my
you stuck
way.
here?
No. I didn't get stuck. So I was actually in Thailand, and I stayed in Thailand for a great time. I absolutely love Thailand. If anybody ever gets a chance, go visit Thailand.
Shut up.
I wonder why.
No.
No.
A little bit. No.
You made Jim some.
It's not what you think. Unless you're thinking what I'm thinking, then it is what you're thinking.
Good heroin.
No. Yeah, I watch too much Hangover. I'm gonna get a Mike Tyson tattoo on my face next time I go over there. But the thing about it is, the best thing about the Thailand is the safety.
Cool.
Botswana's safe.
Yeah,
but you've never known safety until you go to Thailand.
Is it?
I'm in Bangkok, which the population of Bangkok is huge. I don't know the number, but it's bigger than the whole country of Botswana.
Yeah.
And I was walking around all time of day, see young ladies that are like walking around, gentlemen from all different countries, and everybody's just completely safe. But the biggest thing that's the best for me is it has some of the best food in the world, and you cannot go broke buying the food in Thailand. I left Thailand though after a while, and I went to what's it called? I can't remember the name of the country. I lost the whole country name. The Philippines. And when I was in the Philippines, I had a great time, but it was a heat wave. It was hotter than it is now in Botswana.
It gets hotter.
It was so hot.
Man.
It was so hot. The heat was
hotter than today.
Oh, it was hotter than it's been since I've been in Botswana. You know, we just had that heat wave. But the Philippines was great, but it just wasn't for me. Friendly people, everybody felt like my neighbor and everything like that. It just didn't feel like home for me. So I put in a visa for Kenya a long time ago. I don't know why it took so long to get approved. And it looked like it was going to get approved any day now. The flight straight from the Philippines to Kenya was too expensive. So I said, let me go to Botswana. I heard it's safe. I'll be there for 3 days, 4 days until the visa gets approved. Then I'll head and get to Kenya.
So waiting to go to Kenya, guys. You really don't want to be here.
This is a bus
This
stop.
guy's like, he's on his way to Kenya, guys. I'm so tired. Have you been to Okavango?
I don't even know what that is. But anyway, so I got to Botswana, had some fun, met some good people, been doing a couple of business activities. I've done 4 comedy shows. Next comedy show is coming out in February, March. I'll be doing another one. And had such a good time that I let my visa actually expire for Kenya. I'm still going to Kenya though. I'm still going to head back.
Kenya, we got him, man. He's our boy. Yeah, chilling. About Okavango, man, it's one of our top tourist attractions. You should check it out.
I'm no
before
longer,
you leave.
I'm not a tourist anymore.
Look, just before you leave, just check it out.
Here now.
He's stuck here, but yeah.
I'm here. You've never even invited me to go to the Okavango.
You stuck here. Like,
Wait.
I've been here this whole time.
Right, you and I need to save up to go there together.
Johnny, in your defense, I've never recognized anybody to invite Charles anywhere, so.
This is true. I don't perform nowhere. I don't get called nowhere. Why don't you niggas go?
Charlie, I'm not in charge of the bookings, man. Don't look at me. All right. Yeah, Botswana, why isn't Charles getting booked?
Before we talk about why Charles is not getting booked,
It's a hot topic.
it's a hot topic. Like, it'll make the podcast trend. Tye, you shared one of your shocking moments in Botswana. Like, you got so traumatized. You tried to call me, you tried to call Tev, you tried to call everyone that you know in Botswana, and no one was picking up their phones.
What happened?
So
You didn't call me.
Tye paid a friend a visit. Somewhere in the outskirts of Cabs.
Mobile?
Nah, let's not expose them. So it's an African thing. When you're a visit, especially from outside the country, came far, like you have to prepare a meal, a solid meal for them.
Yes.
This friend of ours catches a chicken. They slaughter the chicken in front of Tye. Brutality, bro.
Wait, I'm waiting for the trauma.
That's I don't think he's ever seen it. You've never seen a chicken being killed?
So you've been eating chicken your whole life?
And you never saw it come to fruition. You just
So what do you think these chickens, they just fall asleep and... I want to be eaten by time. I want to sleep right here. Please fry me. These chickens have to die.
What happened? No, this I need to
Chickens have been dying for you for years. It's not the first one. It's just that chicken, we loved it and it stayed in our home. But the other ones, they stay like little cute.
Doomy's not telling the story right.
What happened? Okay, let's hear this.
Yeah.
This young lady, a good friend of mine,
She killed it in front of you.
Johnny, I'll get there, I promise. This young lady, a friend of mine, invited me over for lunch, and she was like, hey, come over early. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I was thinking that she wanted me to help her prepare the meal. So I came there, and she's like, hey, how are you doing? I'll be right back. Went in the house, she had something in her hand. I was like, I wonder what that is. And then she had her hand behind her back, and she put her hand like this, and chicken came up and started eating something in her hand, and she just cut the chicken's head off. But, and I'm like...
you didn't get prepared for that.
I'm staring, and I'm like, what? And the chicken's running around, and I'm like, Mr. Chicken, you forgot your head. Right? So I I think she's committed a crime, so I'm yelling at the neighbors, hey, somebody call the police.
So you call people.
So she was like, it's okay, and I was like, no, it's not. It is not okay. So I jump in the car. I'm calling Taff. He's I'm driving as fast as I can, trying to get to somebody, looking for cops on the road. I'm calling Doomy. I'm calling everybody.
So who helped you?
I promise you, I called 26 people. Nobody answered the phone. Nobody answered the phone. So about 2 hours later, I finally called Taff, and Taff finally calls me back. He's like you know how he does. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
High voicey guy. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? And I'm like, bro, I'm in trouble, man. He's like, what you need, man? I'm on the way. I was telling him the story. I was like, man, this lady killed a chicken right in front of me, and the neighbors were laughing, and I think it's a cult. I don't know what's happening. This is witchcraft. It's black magic. It's voodoo or something. He's like, oh no, bro, that girl. She's the one. Go back and marry her.
That's life, bro. Like, what you
She was showing off, though. Like, she was flexing.
I don't know what the worst part was. That she killed the chicken, that nobody answered the phone, or that I'm so traumatized and everybody thinks it's okay. I don't know where.
Okay, here's the thing. You went through what like most kids go through. Like, I remember like when we were growing up, when you as a kid, when you first see that, you also get traumatized. I think that's what's funny, because normally it's kids that get traumatized by that. It's because, you know, when you're a baby, 5 years old, you first see a chicken get killed. Then after years, you get used to it. Oh, chickens die and they run around headless, and that's just...
My grandmother had a catering business. I did not have the luxury of being traumatized by that. Because she'll be like, you see that little right over there? That's the one.
So you never had a moment where you witnessed the first thing, you did it yourself?
Brother, I was taught, my first witnessing was me doing it.
You doing it?
Yeah. She was
But
like,
still,
grab that
I'm
one.
sure you were traumatized when you first killed your first chicken.
I don't...
You're probably not thinking about it.
No, I wasn't thinking, because to me it wasn't like a thing where you're like, oh no, this is something wrong. That there was never any part of the entire interaction.
Did the chicken run off though?
No. I
taught you how to hold it properly.
You have to have the foot on the wings so that it doesn't go in.
Now the traumatizing is seeing the chicken run.
But my question is this. People in Botswana are very friendly and very neighborly.
Yeah.
Why did everybody in the neighborhood laugh instead of telling me that this is normally what happens?
Because you're a
grown ass man.
You're a big dude crying over
What the hell?
and decapitated.
I mean, that chicken did nothing to no one.
That's exactly
chicken hurt nobody.
See why I went up.
That's funny. You're a grown man. You've never witnessed such a thing. That's just funny to us as Africans. You've never seen such a thing.
The funny thing is, like, I've experienced culture shock. I've been in 96 countries, like you said.
A lot of culture shock.
I've had the opportunity to experience a culture shock at least 96 times. Because, like, there's some things that, you can see in different places that shock you. I think you guys have never been to the States, right?
Yeah.
No.
So there are things in the States that you absolutely would see, and you would be like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, for instance, ride the subway in New York City. You will see the strangest things in the world.
I've heard about that. I'm not about that.
Like crazy people in there.
I mean, there's a lot of mental health in the world, and I think it's amplified in cities that have large populations and life is really hard.
Yeah.
So I was riding the subway in New York City, and when you ride the subway in New York City, it's very crowded because everybody takes it to work and to go home and to go to different places at lunch, happy hours, and things like that. And it was nighttime, and I was riding the subway, and I was like, oh man, subway station, the whole car to myself is broken down into individual cars, right? So it can flex and bend when it goes around the tracks and things like that.
The train, basically.
So I'm sitting there reading my newspaper. This was a long time ago because I was reading a newspaper in the States. I get it. There was a gentleman that came up and got on the subway, mumbled something to himself and to me, and began to use the bathroom inside the subway station, inside the subway train.
Like a poop, number 1 or 2.
Let's not go there.
Okay.
Let's just know that he relieved himself, right? And I mean, that's shocking to anybody, right? But me being somebody that's been in and out of New York a lot, I just, kept reading my paper.
And you're just like, wait. It's okay.
But now if a chicken had got on the train, I would have freaked out.
So wait. You don't mind seeing somebody defecating, but that's crazy.
Wait, is it a chicken defecating?
No, I'm just saying, like,
because I haven't seen that yet.
Just saying. The person wasn't defecating.
Well, I mean, people have defecated on the subway.
Next to you.
I'm not going to say next to me, because next to me implies as close as we are.
But my question is, did you get the chicken?
Like I'm starting to get
I ran home and I got in the bed and watched Grey's Anatomy.
See, There's
Grey's Anatomy is amazing.
There's a chance of me.
Have you
As
seen it?
a de-traumatizing agent.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna go for.
Yes.
But
My father just died. I need an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
do you eat chicken though?
You're vegetarian.
I used to.
Before that incident.
Now it's a little bit harder. I'm starting a support group here in Bots for us guys that can't eat chicken anymore because we saw a lady that was smaller than us kill a chicken and pluck the feathers at the same time.
BW.
Do you know how they take feathers off the chickens?
Boiling water.
They boil. She was boiling the water,
And
I
then
was
she
like,
just dips it in.
That's what happens to your
You know-
KFC, bro.
No, it doesn't.
Do you know?
I've been eating KFC all my life.
No, you've been eating your KFC. Okay, our KFC is the same thing.
So treat that was animal brutality.
I mean, somebody should call PETA. That's all I'm saying. Like
Who's Peter?
they're the folks that protect the animals.
Oh, I thought it was like some dude called Peter who protects animals.
We just one guy. Call Peter.
They got the phone. Let's ring off the hook.
Leave that chicken alone. Who's that? That's Peter.
Hello? Yeah, I'm just saving the whales. I come to chicken just now. Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Why did I just picture a superhero?
Yeah, right? With like a puppy tail waving on that.
So still speaking about culture shock and all. John, I would want you to help me with this one because I was talking to Tye this other time. I was telling him that in Africa we have different religious practices.
Right.
Yeah, there's Christianity which is aware of.
Yeah.
And then I told him of Sangoma.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
I witnessed the celebration the other Oh man.
which is similar to voodoo. So I was telling that with people like called Sangomas who are more of like mediators.
She comes to a celebration.
They talk to the gods, to the ancestors. Bro, Tye died. He laughed. He laughed the hell out of me. I was like, bro, are you serious?
There was a ceremony a couple of days ago in my cousin's neighborhood. So like literally, so they drink. Yeah, Sangomas drink. So literally the ceremony was right next to the Shabi. And as soon as we heard the music, the drums. We're like, what's going on? Is that a wedding? What's that? Then as we got close, we just got chills. I'm like, dude, what's that? Like they were going through. I'm like, what's that? One guy like, oh yeah, no, it's a Sangoma ritual. Somebody's graduating from the ceremony.
Yeah.
Right. So we're like, oh fuck, let's go to this goti. As we go to the goti, the same goti that's supplying the booze to the ceremony is where we're going to. So now after we get in, we buy the booze, then we get captivated. There was a guy they were like making noises, and it was scary but like intriguing. It
was in the moment.
Yeah, like the guy was going singing that song. He was making like, I don't know if he's like killing him or what's going on. And they were like fake killing, like where they hold your neck and it was weird, but because I was tipsy, I was open for it. I was like, yeah, this is dope, man. It's African stuff right here. And I watched it a little bit, then I went off, lighted my cigarette and went back.
I just had a weird thought.
Oh. Yeah. But the fact that we got chills before we got there,
Very weird thought.
now I knew it was a spiritual thing.
Yeah, you know, one thing, I Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, I appreciate every single religion and everything like that. And I want to experience life. Like the reason I'm here in Africa, I never thought I'd get to Africa, by the way, y'all, is I want to experience life in every part of it. So every religion that I get to see any ceremony for, I think it gives me one step closer to being a more complete human being.
Just witness these things.
And witness these things and actually have an appreciation of it.
Probably a better comedian too, because now you can talk about more stuff.
Now let's not go crazy. If I get any better as a comedian, I'm gonna put
too much.
I'll be a little too much, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe even a better comedian or a better human being, or just more tolerant, more understanding. Yeah. So
I just thought to myself, African customs are like New Orleans on steroids.
What?
Just like the whole thing. Because there's still a lot of voodoo and
we do a lot of ceremonies and stuff. Yeah.
In Orleans, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's the closest thing.
Yeah.
The voodoo festival is there.
Yeah, to be associated with the spirituality celebrations. That's
I think it's closer than what you think, and I'm not speaking as an expert because even though I've been in New Orleans, I've been in Louisiana, I've been fishing in the backwoods.
So they still practice African stuff.
I think it's very, very close. From what I've heard from being here for the last 4 months, and from what I've heard from in Louisiana, I've never experienced it in firsthand, but I think those things are extremely, extremely close.
closely linked, right?
Yeah.
That's because to me, that's what I always used to say. What I used to think. Because New Orleans or whatever, how they practice voodoo and all sorts of spiritualism in New Orleans is the closest thing we have
West African
to Sangomas and West African traditional doctoring, because it's essentially connecting to the spirits, and then you use whatever is available to you: bones, knuckles, dice. If
Here's
you
the
want,
thing about us
bark.
Africans. We actually know what there's Southern Africans, there's West Africans, there's East Africans. And we're not the same.
Wait,
but we actually are the same.
Why do y'all always leave out North Africans when you say
This is the Arab,
people don't
Arab guys.
North Africans
The Arab guys. And those guys so want to be European Union so bad.
And they refuse.
I'm not saying that that's all Jonny Pula. I'll put his phone number on the screen and call him the place.
Shout out North Africa, we love you, man.
I don't disagree. I don't agree with a lot of people on a lot of things, but on this one, I would say that there is a bit of credence to it, because a lot of North Africans apparently have a thing where they're trying to rejoin Asia and the EU.
East, I think in Middle East.
Because like you look at countries like Egypt where they'll say we're not African.
In Morocco.
In Morocco and Libya, they all say we're not African. And you're like, but how?
And they hate Africans from the
central going down.
They're very racist.
That's a
Like
problem.
if you're taking a flight to Europe and you land in one of these countries, you're connected, it might send you back.
So like I was saying earlier, one of the countries I lived in the longest in Africa, actually the country I did live in the longest was Egypt. Egypt was one of the best experiences of my life.
Nice.
So I was in the army when I went to Egypt, and I was stationed in Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. Like, who gets to be stationed in Hawaii in the army? It was my first duty station. I was there since I was like 18 years old.
Shit.
And they were like, hey, we need a volunteer to go somewhere. And I was like, great, we're going on a mission. We're going to war. I'm going to die. And they were like, it's Egypt. I was like, so I went to Egypt from Hawaii. Someplace has to be really great to leave Hawaii, because Hawaii.
Do you know why they appreciated you in Egypt?
What's that?
Because they knew that 1 year from
You came with the army, man.
You came with the army. And secondly,
US Army is different.
Africa.
It's not the
So
same.
you should check out when it's maybe Africa Cup of Nations.
You know, I don't think that's completely true, because most of the time, anytime I was outside the base, I was not wearing a uniform.
Yeah.
I did have my military high and tight haircut.
But they
no
could tell,
facial hair.
like, Africans can tell you if you're not from this continent.
But you know, some of the guys that I was around were American Army guys, and they were treated pretty well. And I don't know if it was because they were around me. Because
I wouldn't want to say that.
the only reason you know how people interact around you is because you're there. I don't know what happens when I'm not there, but I'm just gonna say, like, I had one of the best experiences of my life in Egypt. Belly dancers were all absolutely amazing.
Oh,
they have no hips. They have no bones in their hips the way they do, which is absolutely
I think
amazing.
you maybe got us wrong. We're not saying Egyptians are mean people.
No. All I'm saying is, I've never seen.
Don't identify as the rest of us. That's all we're saying. We're not saying that they're mean or they're.
Yeah.
I'm
just
sure the best hospitality could be Arab hospitality. You know what I
Same
mean?
thing could be said about Botswana and Zimbabwe.
You know what I mean?
That's not good.
Yeah. But that's just these are facts of life.
I was just setting the stage, though. What I'm saying is, though, I never felt that there's any division between them and the African people. I talked to people about Kenya. But the one thing I will say, though, is I've never seen anybody else from Africa in Egypt. Everybody that I saw from Egypt was from either like Latin America, the United States, Canada, Europe, or something like that.
But
So
you never seen like a South African there.
never saw a South African. Never.
Ask yourself why, bro. I don't know.
I would love
So I was trying to explain to you.
Weird, huh?
I would see
Weird.
Putin coming.
I was trying to explain to you earlier. So we usually have a soccer tournament, football tournament, called the Africa Cup of Nations. You should check out when these North African countries are playing against Southern African countries or Central East African countries.
Then you'll see.
Like the level of racism,
Then you will see.
physical, like
Sometimes you start hearing like
there'll be fights,
slurs and everything.
yeah, there'll be physical fights. There once the African boy takes the ball, tries to score.
you hear baboon chants coming from the crowd, and you're like,
Not that we're anything against them, but we're just trying to show you that.
These are the realities of the world we live in. Sometimes you just have to look at it for what it is, you know?
One thing that I've learned is the voices of the discriminatory are usually louder than the voices of up against those that aren't discriminating.
Yeah.
So like let's say 10% of the population is that way.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be louder than the population
So the
that
90%
is
that are cool.
is like, hey, come on, guys. Like nobody, like they're not going to say, hey, guys, be cool, right? That just doesn't happen.
That's
so
true.
I've experienced that in other places in the world too. There's a lot of colorism. There's a lot of tribalism that happens all over the world, and I just think that it's not
You don't want to focus on
popular
that.
to focus on things that are maybe not exactly as they should be. But I think that in most places I've been, at least most of the people are welcoming to people all over the world.
Human beings are nice, man. In general,
They are.
in general, they're nice. Yeah.
And you only see it once you get to travel a lot.
Yeah.
Because like guys, you need to travel. People need to travel.
Yeah, human beings
People
are
need,
nice.
people need to see more than what they know. And like 96 countries, you've seen more than everybody in this room combined knows.
But apart from having traveled to 90 countries, do you know that this man is like a Hollywood star. He's been like in Hollywood movies and stuff.
They're exaggerating, y'all. I've done the roles of like extras, and the funny thing is, like, I don't know if people from the States gonna be viewing this, but a lot of people have been extras in movies.
Yeah,
and things
okay.
like that. I mean,
Just like an everyday
I've been calling Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart and all those guys, and nobody's giving me an opportunity. So, which is another reason why I'm in Botswana. I actually have my manager's actually here. He's in the room laying down, taking a nap.
It's funny.
But one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm hopefully going to have some movies and some productions going on here,
that'd be so
and
cool.
some skits and everything like that. So
I call dibs for the serial killer roles.
I mean, you've already been penciled in for those.
I want to play a dead body.
Do you have any nudity roles like in the script?
Any photo credits, any movie credits.
Yeah, so I do have several scripts. Listen, I cannot write in a linear way.
Yeah.
The way I write scripts, I'll write half of one movie, one script, and then I'll say, let me do something else. Then I'll write a third of one other one, write 1/8 of another one, come back and finish the half and say, hey, somebody proofread it. Yeah. So we're at the point right now that I'm ready for somebody to proofread 2 of the scripts that I just finished. So hopefully those will be casting, and Taff, who's my manager, he'll be doing the casting. And filling out all the roles for everybody. And hopefully we'll be able to do that in Botswana and South Africa pretty soon.
Gods Must Be Crazy 3. That's what we're shooting. I just thought about it. When was the last? That was the movie. The American guy comes to Africa, lands in Botswana, meets a bunch of people, and then starts creating funny shit. That was Gods Must Be Crazy 1 and 2.
And there's also Who Am I when Jackie Chan did it.
And Who Am I? Yeah. How good are you with like front flips?
Can you do it better?
Nah, that's not fun.
Not intentionally. If I can hit my car pretty hard, I can do anything.
You can lose the shoe while you flip it.
So the reason why I'm talking about you being a Hollywood star, like locally, like we've been in our industry, it's I can say it's in its infancy, right? It's been there, but like we haven't penetrated that much. I know with brothers such as Jonny Pula, who have been like on the Broadway. Yeah, with what are you guys laughing at?
Penetration thing. Keep going.
When you lube and you're like,
I'm a child. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So with brothers
So
such
we're
as
talking about penetrating, guys.
yeah, penetrate.
Penetrating, and we're trying to
Penetrate. Yeah. So like with people such as Donald Mulusi who have made it on the big screen internationally.
Who's this? Donald?
Mulusi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With I forgot this sister's name, Lone Motsumi.
Yeah.
She was on the the King Woman or something.
Yeah. Yes, I remember her.
Yeah. So I think your presence in our country would be it will be good because with content creators, Jonny is a content creator actually, like one of the best content creators that I've ever come across in this country.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. Also, you're the beyond of this tree, like like
Whoa, watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Don't get me killed in this
Watch
thing,
yourself. Hey,
trying to have a good time. It's December. Trying to have a good time. I'm here with these are my elders.
Comics Choice Award nominee. Don't watch yourself, man.
Charles is a bit further than I've been.
What?
Breaking in
So
right now.
with content creators such as Jonny, maybe you can share something like your journey like with Tye so that he understands what's the current vibe in the local scene, so that maybe he can advise you guys and maybe mentor you or hook you up with the right people for you locals to excel.
Do you want me to like talk to him about it right here on the podcast?
Yeah,
I can do it.
We're gonna send him a text.
I can call him. You have his number.
Have you ever gotten a text from Johnny? It's like a third grader.
I've haven't gotten a text from me in like a year.
He's like me outside. I look outside and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, he calls me. He's like, no, I'm gonna go get some meat outside. I'm like, brother, come on, Jesus.
Currently, what's happening, man? There's a lot of it looks like there's our president has a love for content, and he's showing that in his mandates. and the things that he's doing. And you all know, like, for every political season, each politician pushes his mandate. What's something that he loves the most? And right now, it seems like our leader right now loves media and loves content. Hence him calling him Steve Harvey. I don't know if you've heard about this. So Steve Harvey's been around here, him and his company, he's been out here to produce Family Feud, Botswana, and other shows. And his company is here as a consultancy. So they're actually gonna, one of the Harvey studios, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, one of the offices in our Department of Broadcasting Services will have an office where you can walk in and talk to those American guys for consultation and whatnot. So basically that's the climate right now. We've been having a lot of movie festivals, film festivals, because there's a buzz. You can tell that the government is putting in money into short films.
Didn't you do
private
a short
companies.
film just now?
Yeah, we did. We've won 2 awards for that.
You won an award for a short film?
Yeah, we won an award in Durban. That's the first award we won. Then we won another award for the Ministry of Youth. They had the Ministry of Youth had a film festival as well. It's a short film. It's a horror. It's a comedy horror based on Gauteng stuff. And apparently, Gauteng people, please forgive me. I don't know if this is true, but apparently some people in Gauteng bury their family members in the backyard. So we made a zombie movie about those bodies waking up. It's a comedy, but I'm sure Gauteng people won't appreciate this being a comedy movie. But like, yeah, we won a lot of awards. We're putting our culture out there. This is us trying to break barriers and make universal stories, but that are appealing to us Africans in the world. And we won 2 awards, and I hope the movie becomes a feature one day. But anyway, that's what's happening right now.
Excellent.
Yeah. Things are happening.
And I'm not coming here to like bring a bunch of Americans to like take over the movie scene or anything like that.
Yeah, just teach us stuff.
It's going to be like mainly me and people from Botswana or people that are residents of Botswana or around the region acting in the films. I'll probably be the only American. I'm actually the only American I know here. But it's absolutely.
What would like to have?
Huh?
I'm from the Bronx.
Decided from the Bronx in Harare. Bronx city.
I know y'all love the Chappelle Show here.
Yeah, man.
Did y'all ever see the episode when they were like trading for the white and black Olympics, like the trade-offs? And they were like, we're going to trade you this person for this person.
I missed that.
To me, you're great, but we don't want you.
So I think they traded like Eminem to be a black guy and Wu-Tang.
Yes.
They traded Wu-Tang with who?
They traded...
Wu-Tang became like the Chinese took Wu-Tang.
Tiger was...
They gave him Tiger Woods. That was a good joke.
Speaking of which, do you know that this man has also performed with like the likes of Chappelle?
For real, man.
I'm not going to say performed with him.
Before him or after he performed?
I'm going to say performed on the same stages as
So you touched the same mic.
Yeah.
The voice came out of the same. Speaking of Chappelle.
Listen to this one. The show that made Kevin had to be famous. The one that made Kevin.
Yeah, I heard this story and I thought it was a funny story. Then I realized it's not a funny story. This guy was telling a true story.
Tye performed just before.
Because I tell why it's like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said he performed.
You know, the funny thing is,
Kevin.
On the April 11th.
the funny thing is that was exaggerated a little bit. So, like, around the time where I was performing, you know, I did a couple of little small shows around Philly, a couple of little small shows around New York. I got booed my butt off before, by the way. Don't perform in Philly and New York unless you have really tough skin.
Good jokes.
I found out. Or tough skin, you know, or, you know, like,
one of the two.
Yeah, you gotta be funny. You can't be like you. Yeah, but like,
oh my God.
I was making a really hard run at comedy one time. I was doing like small shows in New York, small shows in DC, small shows in Philadelphia, and Kevin Hart actually ended up getting discovered. I think it was around the same time that I did a show in Philly.
The week after you got booed off.
Yeah, I think it was
Kevin killed
it. No, I didn't get booed that one.
That one.
Comedy's hard. But he got discovered around the same time, from the same area, similar area that I did. You know, but it's funnier if I tell it that way instead of saying, you know.
So we can still get a check from Kevin. Like, hey, Kevin, what's up, bro?
Kevin forgets that man. He doesn't remember people.
That man does not know me, so, you know, but yeah.
Come on, Kevin, you don't remember this guy? Come on. He was a little skinnier back then.
That little Botswana.
was a lot skinnier, but
Yeah, so like earlier when we started this conversation, I did mention that it was a tough year for most of us.
Yeah.
What I noticed, bro, like what was most scary was the highest levels of the highest rates of divorce amongst young people between the ages of 21 and 33.
COVID weddings, man.
COVID weddings.
Yeah,
Those
get married on a budget, then hey man, you gotta work for that. I'm playing guys. I don't know.
Hey, man,
I really don't know why people are breaking up, but we need Jesus. We need the Holy Spirit in our land to protect the marriages in our country.
Don't get married in the first place. Then you don't get divorced.
But why are people 23 getting married, dude? What people that are ages between what?
21 and 33.
I'm 33. I haven't been divorced.
I lived all those years. I passed all those years. I'm not married. Why are you guys getting married, guys?
so I think I have a different point of view of him. I mean, like, I'm a traditionalist, so I think people should get married
And young, when they're young.
young as possible, like 18, 19, 20, 21 years
So
old.
they can break up when they're 25, right?
No.
So you increase the divorce
So
rate.
the problem with the whole thing is, like, we keep saying people are getting divorced around this age, but everybody's getting divorced. I mean, what age category is he's getting married and staying together? But the thing is, like,
Decisions you made when you're 18.
people have more touches than they've ever had before. Men have more access to more women. Women have access to more men than ever before in history because
That's
of the
what you
internet.
meant by touches.
Yeah, that's what I mean by touches. Cause
Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking about any type of touch. Nobody.
Because I'm like, I was shook at first. Like, like, people have one more
Nobody
touches
has
than
touched me since COVID. So I mean, stop it. But people really need to get together when they're younger. Like, it's everybody has a dating marketplace value.
Can I say something about it as well?
Yeah.
Like, you know that the decisions you made when you're 18.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like the girls I thought who were hot and whatever, when I was 18, I look back, I'm like, oh, what the hell were you thinking? You know what I mean? Or the girls I thought they were like, that's the one, you know what I mean? Like, I outgrew the type that I had when I was 18. I'm older now.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteed to divorce, dog. Like, I'm 33 and the girls I liked when I was 18 are not the same. So whoever I had married at 18, I would have divorced them guaranteed.
So
Whether I like it or not, my taste has changed in the past 15 years.
one of the things we can't do is
The things I want in life.
we can't individualize outcomes, right? So we, as a society, you got to do what's best for you, also, right? But we still have to give advice that's best for the
An
average
18-year-old
person.
will make a decision about the rest of their life.
But the problem with that is the 18-year-old person should not be selecting their person and just saying, I'm going to marry this person. As a woman, you should bring your person to your family members and say, hey, vet this person. What do you think? As a man, you should take this person to your family members and say, hey, I like this person. What do you think? What's happening now is in this newfound society, we all know-it-alls. We think we know everything.
Yeah.
So if you find somebody that may work for you and bring it to an elder in your family, in another elder,
They say no.
and they say no, or
Don't
no,
listen
that's
to
not the
them.
person, and you don't listen to them, you get what you get.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, I hate to say it, but as women get older, it's harder to get married.
Yeah.
As men get older, it's easier to get married. It's a fact. We see it all across all types of cultures and everything like that, right? So I think as a global society, we need to look after our women and just know that it's best for them to have somebody to spend life with.
Yeah.
Right? I guess it comes down to, I'm a traditionalist. I believe that most people function better long-term in relationships. I'm not talking about 10, 18, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. I'm talking about like the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, that's
we all need somebody to take care of themselves, right? I mean, I came to Bots by myself. Imagine if I came here with a family and able to join the community and enjoy that. So everybody needs somebody, and I think as a modern society, we're really short-sighted. We're always thinking about, will I be happy in 30? When I'm 30 years old, 40 years old. I don't think marriage is about happiness. Because if you think about the old reason of why people got married, it was about family, community, and raising children in a stable environment. So let's not be selfish. Let's realize that the back end, we need somebody to have life with and enjoy life. That's why people should stay together unless there's something really drastic why they couldn't. Hold on one second, Johnny. Why they had to separate. But let's on top of that realize that it's not about you. It's about the kids. Then it's about the families, joining two families, and then it's about community. And lastly, it's about spending your life with somebody that if you fall in a damn bathtub and break your hip, somebody can save your damn life, right?
Yeah, man.
So I think those are the 4 things we need to consider.
Big fact. Big fact.
Yeah.
What were we saying, Johnny?
I'm done. You chose the point. Shout out to yeah. when you wrapped it up, you answered all the questions right there with the wrap up. Yeah, it's cool.
So is any of you guys getting married soon?
No, I mean yes.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm married to the game.
Yeah.
Does it no?
Don't leave me hanging out.
Does the game know?
So,
How long you been with the game?
You know, marriage has always been my goal, right? But like, I don't think you can marry just anybody, right? And I think we owe it to ourselves to marry the best person for us. That
So when you turn 50, right? Can you tell us about the time when you turn 50 and you're like, okay, I'm not married.
I'm not 50, y'all.
I'm just joking.
This guy, man.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
It's a very young age of 74.
Speaking of getting married to the game,
This guy's been into 22 years, dude. Like, when? When did you start when you're 22?
You look 22. How do I?
You look 22. Like, when did you do all these jokes in 22 years?
Man, I don't know, bro. Like, I started when I was like 19, man. And,
It's like most of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I've had shows that have been 7 people, man. Like, I've actually, my smallest show, I think there was 1 person that showed up.
What happened?
You beat me by one?
Yeah, so, I mean, I still got booed, but I mean, I performed.
You bought me up
That's a
by the
joke.
only person.
Yeah, my girlfriend was a jerk.
Oh,
But, no, man. I mean, I've done small. I think you need to like put your best foot forward, whether you have a big show or a small show.
Yeah.
And I've had some moderate size show. I'd love to sell out Madison Square Garden in New York one day. But I've had some small
What about
shows.
the Botswana National Stadium?
Oh, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I would love to have do a free show one day that's so big that everybody in like Gabs and around the surrounding area can come, and there's no excuses of I can't pay for a ticket right now because of this. But just come, just get there and laugh and have a day.
Guys, he promised us free jokes. You hear that? I can't wait to hear those.
nothing for free.
Well, I'm gonna need some sponsorship though, So give me the venue at least,
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of being married to the game, it's 2024, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
23 showed us dust. A lot of us. What should we anticipate in this coming year? Like a lot of people saying they're suffering from depression. Some people even committed suicide. It was tough.
Can I take this?
Yeah.
Can I take this first? 2024. All of you guys are screwed. I am going to be bringing out fun shit. I'm probably going to be writing a lot more. I have not been on stage properly.
Get Charles back, dog.
Hey, like you niggas helped.
Man, you were going through your own stuff. Though. Like you're a man.
You didn't help. None of you helped.
You're a man. You're here. Like you're here.
I will remind you guys the next time somebody says I need a cigarette, I'll be like, you're a man. You're bastards. But I want to be doing it. Now you personally. Among them. Anyway.
Maybe I might be part of the problem, but like, sometimes like, hey dude,
you have nothing.
No. The only thing I can say is that I'm just glad like you're back, man. That's all I have to say. Like, because in comedy, there's only so much that like I can't bring you to shows. You get what I mean? Like not even you, like anyone that wants to do comedy out there, guys. Whatever you're going through and however hard life is, I can't take you from wherever you live and bring you on stage to get into the. You know what I mean?
Comrade, the times I have showed up.
You showed up, man.
Was I given the stage?
No, you're right.
There we go. Alright, but and I'm just saying that for 2024 though, to be fair, it's just gonna be
make it better.
It's just gonna be like more content, it's gonna be more material. I think it's gonna be mostly like building on mental health and trying to be the best person I can be before I can be a better comedian, So I think 2023 was most of the groundwork for that. I've sorted that out as an individual. So 2024, it's about material, it's about growth, it's about making sure that there's steady money in the accounts. It's about making sure I have more than one friend who goes to the gym. Shout out to Tye. It's about it's about knowing where you're from and embracing yourself. Unlike our cameraman.
He just denied his country.
He's been denying where he's from. We survived Mugabe and cholera together. together. Don't.
That accent is so thick. It's just so rich. You can hear them on Tumbu and the Mazoe in the accent.
The determination. And the eggs are mine.
For example,
acts like he wasn't from here.
But like to be real, I think 2024 is more about expanding on what is already here. You're right, life was full of cack, and there's only so much a person can do up to a certain level. So I think 2024 is just to find out where that level is.
Yeah.
Personally for me, what's the limit? How far can I go to really focus on?
Dude, you break a lot of ceilings for like, even we still can't get past a lot of the achievements you've achieved. Even after taking a break.
Oh, sure.
And we still been pushing, you've been on a break. We still haven't achieved a lot of the stuff you did in that short space of time. So don't underestimate yourself.
I'm sorry, I'm having a moment of pride.
Listen, we're gunning for those spots. Don't worry, we're not gonna sit back and be like, oh, Charlie's the only guy that's done those things. Don't worry, we're gunning for the big spots and even further than that. But in the end, you're an inspiration to all us. I don't know if I find industry gave you a cold shoulder, and I try, man. I really do try, but like sometimes things are out of my control, man. But we still love you. Yeah, we still love you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But like that, boy,
Everybody who doesn't like me, joke number one is about you and your
love.
do you know this part?
I love you.
Jesus is unable to enable the unable to be able.
What? I'm an atheist. I don't care about some average guy who can moonwalk across water. It's not my thing.
Okay, I'll tell you about.
I just removed all my Christian fans.
Hey, mom, I love Jesus, and I'll talk to Charles about after this. I'll invite him to church.
After he finishes his apple juice.
Holy water. Right?
Oh. He looks a little stale and yellow, dude.
Doesn't smell like any whole white. Sorry.
Water.
Sorry, didn't mean
a lot of prayers. That's what makes it brown. A lot of prayers.
What's your take on the year 2024 who've been from a rough year?
Say it one more time.
What's your take on the year 2024? We just came from 2023. It was a rough year.
I'll ask you after this, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a globalist, and what I mean by that is like I can be having a great time in my city, my country, wherever I'm at, right? But like, there's a lot of things going on in the world. I mean, there's war in Ukraine, and a lot of Russians and Ukrainians are dying. There's war in Palestine. A lot of people are dying all over the world. I mean, there's some things going on in Chad and Eritrea. You know, I never thought when I was younger I'd be the world peace guy, but I think there's a lot of things that are big to worry about, and there's a lot of people suffering in there. So the reason I actually do comedy is a lot around that, right? People need to find some reason to laugh about things, and I started doing comedy because of that. And the other reason I started doing comedy, and I actually made a video about it on my TikTok a little while ago, is I'm definitely afraid of public speaking.
But why did you get into this?
It's always the.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable speaking in front of crowds?
No, like,
Exactly.
unless I have to be funny. Like if somebody says be funny, I think I'm okay. But they're like, hey Johnny, give a eulogy or whatever. I couldn't do that, dude. It's so scary. Dude.
Yeah. What is it about that though?
I have no idea, man. Like, I mean, I think it's a conquering your fears thing, right? Because like, I used to be scared to talk to women, scared to talk to elders. My boss, I mean, even when I was in the Army, I was terrified to talk to my sergeants and my lieutenants about absolutely anything.
They scream to you like in Sergeant Payne.
We're gonna leave that memory.
Sorry, Doug. I think I triggered you a little bit.
That memory in the 90s.
Sorry, Doug.
But
This guy was in the Army in the 90s. How old is this man, guys? Now, we need to talk about this stuff.
So two people in life.
He's not.
How old is
He's
this
not
man?
cracking. He like passed Galileo the telescope.
How old is this man?
so, man, you guys are too.
Like, I'm trying to figure it out, but he keeps dodging the answer. Like, I was like, how was your 40th birthday? He's like, okay, cool, never mind.
Yeah, so I hope 2024 is about appreciation, right? No matter like how much money you got in your pocket and anything that's going on. I mean, you got it better than other people. When I hear a lot of people say I've been through a lot, I absolutely hate that sense because we all go through things. Some of us just handle a little better, and some of us elevated. If you've been through a lot, your story should be of triumph. What did you do after you went through a lot, right? Don't go through a lot and stay in a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to grow, right?
Be that guy like, oh, that guy's going through a lot. Don't want to be that guy.
Yes. But but to answer your question though, 2024 for me, hopefully I'll have a sitcom that'll be running a little bit. There's a guy from the United States. His name is Corporate with a K, and he has a show called Black Chicago Be Like. I want to do something very similar for Africa, and I want to travel all around Africa. And my manager, we're still going to Eswatini. We're going to hit Eswatini.
Eswatini, man, shout out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of virgins there.
Great.
Not for him.
They're
for the king.
They're not for you.
Look at this man.
So you're gonna check out the Reed dance?
I don't know what that is.
Yo, man, make sure.
Oh, that's the selection.
You don't see it. This is all the versions line up topless, and the king picks. I get that's the one.
Yeah, that's
he
the
picks his next wife. So all the versions in the whole
country.
Yeah, and they topless.
Wow. So
And you can come check it out.
So that's great.
It's a great festival.
Eswatini, Lesotho, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, South Africa. I'm terrified to go to South Africa, by the way.
What?
Because just some things I've heard. I heard Johannesburg is so dangerous, and they're gonna cut off both my hands.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I was there last week, dude.
Which I talk with my hands, so I don't know how I'm going to Zimbabwe, which I heard some great things about all these places. I'm absolutely joking, except about Johannesburg. I'm terrified, but I'm still coming.
Just check out Cape Town.
Going to Cape Town, going to Malawi, and just going to travel all around Southeast Africa and see what that's like. I actually went to Namibia with my manager. We went there for 2 weeks and had the time of our life.
Jeff, please take him to the Kavango, man, if you guys can afford it. It's a lot of money, but
I've been saying.
yo, you need to know what the Kavango is, man. That's where all the
But another
that's
thing,
our national pride. Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Apart from Jonny Pula and Charles Manase, who are some of the notable and exciting comedians that you've come across in this country?
Yeah, so there's so many. You guys help me with the names, but let's see. There's Baldwin Balls.
Yeah.
There's Tricks.
Yeah.
What's the guy's? I think guy's name. Bambino.
Yeah.
There's so many. I think I performed with 45 comedians.
For real?
Since
the festival you performed with a lot.
Like so. There's been a lot.
Guys, I haven't performed with years.
Yeah, there's some great ladies that are coming, female comedians. I don't think they get enough credit. These females, like
shout out Shalom.
oh my
Shalom, we see you.
Stella, what's up? But yo, Stella's like,
I haven't seen Stella.
What about Raccoon?
oh yeah, Raccoon is a legend, man. Yo.
And then Nick, if you're still performing, we miss you.
We miss you, Enigma.
Yeah, and I don't know if my manager's gonna kill me about saying this though, but we I actually have a one-man comedy show that's coming up, and I'm gonna ask some of you guys that want to do English comedy with me to be some of the opening acts. But I want to do a night of just telling my story of what brought me to Africa, as well as it's gonna be some music. It's gonna be some performances there. It's not gonna be just comedy. It's gonna be a night of celebration of Africa and the world. So that's coming up pretty soon. So.
Well, yeah. Actually, I forgot to mention. I've been doing comedy it's gonna be my 9th year. Expect a one man for me next year.
Oh,
Dates to be announced.
One night stand with JP.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I might have like a host and one act. I don't know who, but it's gonna happen.
How's this guy gonna have a one-night stand? He's married.
Come on, man. I'm not married yet. I'm in a solid relationship.
Married minus the ring. Both of these guys are married minus the ring. They're off the market. So any ladies watching this that are looking for a guy,
Sorry, ladies.
Baby,
I love you.
not you that one.
No. Well,
in the back.
enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Guys, it was nice having you here.
It was nice to be here, man.
Guys, I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys follow politics. Yeah, remember the Ponomatuli, he said he got beat up. Did you guys watch that story?
I saw the video.
I don't know nothing about that. What happened?
Okay, here's the thing, right? You know Ponomatuli. He's a very animated.
The parliament speaker.
Yeah,
Me, yes. I know.
Okay, don't worry, you'll hang out with
What?
me enough. But Ponomatuli is very animated. Like
I'm not even gonna try to attempt his name because I might say something wrong.
He was voted in Cotonou.
Yes.
Then he changed parties. He was voted in as a UDC member.
Triple C member.
UDC, what did he voted in? UDC, right?
Yeah.
Then he changed to a BDP as he was, like he switched tags.
He's been elected.
Very slick guy, man. I love him. I have many jokes about him, but it's not about joking. It's just that the way he told his story. He said he was attacked recently by criminals. Did you guys see the video?
No.
And the way he told the story, I do not believe the story, but the way he told it like, you know how a comedian would tell it? Hey, they didn't get on the trial. This guy's lying, bro. Like, you guys are lying. story. I don't know, maybe he might be telling the truth. But the way he told the story, because he says he was helped by a woman. So he's like, yeah, what's anyone might deny it? I'll fill you in. I'll tell you what I said. You have to hear it in, like, it always sounds better in vernac. But anyway. But he's like, there was a woman from Madinari. He's never seen a woman or anyone he punched that hard in his life. And this woman punched that criminal. She fell back. She got back. She punched him again. And good in the way he was telling the story, I was like, man, first of all, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's just, you should watch. I'll send you the video. Then tell me if this man is telling the truth or not. Yeah,
just looking at.
Because even TikTok guys are making like reenactments of it. They have his voice. They put his voice in the background and they're like doing that. Super hilarious. But I thought you guys knew about that. We can close off the podcast.
I did not check that out actually.
It's super funny too. Because I was watching it while I was in SA, so I was like, what's in that one?
It's the 20th Avenue podcast. We have Chapman's in the building also. Mr. Sexy Johnny in the building. Ladies, I'm sure you saw his 2 fingers. You never know. 3 fingers.
2 in the big.
I'm married. It's a shame ladies are married.
I mean, ladies, I'm sure you saw his 2 fingers, really.
He needs to show the third one.
Can somebody help me wipe this look of shock off my face? Too much. There we go. Now we're back to normal.
It's the 20th Avenue podcast, guys. Welcome to 2024. We love it. There's more of these conversations that we're gonna have.
Shout out to you, Simon.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you for having us.
I have to say some fun words. I'm just joking, guys.
No, Johnny. PTV, that PTV voice.
On the 21st century podcast. 20th Avenue. Wait, let me practice.
That's 20th century.
21st Avenue. 20th Avenue.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, walk. It is the 20th Avenue podcast. It's about Charles Manase, American Zimbabwe, Tye Lamar, American but yeah, I didn't show you about it. The car was a big cake and Elinter so Morit, Oscar to Helico to Mele, Rahosohara, on the Rijamanatera, Motswana quiz, right to Mele. They come so happy.
Amen.
We have to put that flavor.
Also, there's no.
This whole time you guys have been shooting and you guys turned the fan.